How are you guys doing over there? Can you hear us?
How's the sound?
How's it sound?
Hi.
Good, good, good. Okay. Well, hi and welcome. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Just to get it out there in the open, this is me and Elwood's first time doing, live stream for all of y'all. So please be kind, please be gentle.
Please be patient.
Please be patient as we get adjusted to everything. So we're just really excited to be here. We're so happy that you guys are here. So yeah, please just keep the questions coming. We're so happy to finally be able to talk about this title, and we love it, and we hope you guys do too. So anyway.
Yeah, currently we're in the city of Marga, which is the main hub of the game. We're just gonna walk around a little bit, talk to a few NPCs, and maybe pick up a quest or two. So right now I'm currently assuming the role of Yuma, who is the main protagonist of the game.
And he's got the soul of the shining dragon within him, so it gives him a lot of powerful attacks when needed. He just has to tap his little locket, and I try to do a quick closet cosplay for y'all with my choker today, so I could get in the spirit of Yuma's dragon powers. Okay, so who are we talking to here?
So we're talking to this lady, farmer lady. So I'm moping around, eat some vegetables and get energized.
Gotta eat your veggies.
So as you can see, while there are houses around town, you can't necessarily go in, but all the people are outside, so you can talk to them if you'd like. Here we've got Lyle, who's the tuner. Basically, he's the one who will tune your weapons.
Yeah, the harmonics.
The harmonics.
So basically, your weapons in battle are also instruments, and you can perform a band sequence. You play your instruments together in harmony, and you can kind of unlock buffs and debuffs on your enemy. So those are always really nice. So I just love the fact that they have an actual tuner to tune your instruments / weapons.
Yeah, if you notice, there are different effects for each weapon type. So this is where you can change the weapons basically and strengthen them as well, and add elemental attacks if you'd like.
You can tune everybody's weapons just by switching.
You can scroll through using the L1 or R1 buttons.
Oh yes, and just to recap for you guys, Melissa, me, I am the product marketing manager on this title, and then Elwood is the QA lead on this title.
Yes. Yeah, we're currently working hard on the game to make sure it's 100% for you guys.
Working hard every day. So there's a question here. Can you jump in this game?
You cannot jump.
Okay.
You can dash.
Oh yeah, the slide.
Yeah. Yeah, if you hold the X button, you can run a little faster. But aside from that, no jumping. There won't be any platforming in the game whatsoever. Just running around, basically. So I'll talk to this lady right here and pick up a quest.
Okay, cool. Gossipy lady. On a scale of 10, how anime is this game? 10.
It's a 10.
It's definitely a 10.
It pretty much ticks all the boxes with regards to anime.
That's right. It's got your waifus, it's got dragons, it's got character classes, you name it.
Yeah, so if you notice, I picked up a quest. It's called The Gang of Three. And
okay. The hybrid beast, the manticore, the earth dragon, Osgrim, the red wing flare dragon. Those three make up the wilderness gang. Before the dragons, it was a gang of one. Okay, so we're gonna take them down.
We're gonna take all three down, and
yeah.
Currently the quest objective is to defeat the manticore, so we'll go out there after we supply.
Yes.
Get some supplies, and then we'll head out of town.
Do you need something?
Okay, who is best girl?
It's
really tough for me because I love Kirika's design. She's just so beautiful and elegant. But I think Sonia has a very special place in my heart. She's kind of my aesthetic. I also do some cosplay on the side, so if I were to pick one to cosplay, think like the brunettes is just kind of like my go-to. So Sonia, I love her. And then I think thirdly, Rinna is also, she's just so adorable.
She's really cute. And she also has her mascot friend, Fromage,
Yes,
who
Fromage.
during battle will send messages out to you. He's basically the battle navvy.
Right.
So he'll pop up on the top right of the screen and send you tips to help you out in battle.
He's an adorable penguin.
Yes. So I just bought some items and we're gonna head out of town and do this quest.
Sounds good. Let's do it. Oh yeah, so talking a little bit more about these character designs, so we could just like do a nice pan around them.
Yes.
They are gorgeous.
Yeah, the artist is Tony Taka, who's done other Shining games in the past. So it's very stylized, and I really love the artwork in the game.
Yeah, I think his style is really distinct. I know I always loved the style of the games. I hadn't really known that much about the Shining series prior to really diving into Resonance, but I love the designs of Shining Wind. I saw a bunch of cosplays back in the day when it first came out, so you know, let us know in the comments if there are any cosplayers out there.
Yeah, I'd love to see people cosplay as these characters.
Yeah, the designs are really, really beautiful.
So we currently got attacked by some mobs, so we're fighting them right now. As you can see, Fromage just pop up on the top right of the screen. Here.
Oh yeah, so I don't know if you guys can hear the game audio, but this is in English right now.
Yes. And we can also switch it to Japanese on the fly whenever we'd like.
Yeah, it's really cool. You know, I know sometimes it's really clunky. You have to, you know, save your game, quit out of the game, and then like change. But with this title, you can just do it right in the menu. You
Yeah.
don't have to like quit out of anything.
Yeah, so you can just bring up the menu, go into the options settings, and switch it to
Japanese right there.
Japanese right there.
So whatever your
I'm gonna try
preference.
it. Wow. Japanese,
Oh, okay.
English.
Here's an interesting question. Does the story have branching parts from Phil?
It's a pretty linear game, so there are side quests that you can do throughout the course of the game, but for the most part, the story's in a linear path.
Got it. I think the differences in ending would be like, I guess, your romance picks?
Correct. That would be the only difference. You can pretty much pick your waifu,
Yes.
as you were, and then you can get their ending. if
Yeah,
you-
yeah. I've had to look at some of the endings just to see the possibilities.
Yeah, they're really sweet. So I would suggest trying everyone out, and seeing all their different endings.
Romance everyone.
And I mean everyone.
Yeah. I don't think you get punished for romancing everyone, right?
No. There isn't an event where they suddenly confront you or anything.
Right. There's a few good questions, so I think I'm doing a little bit of a backlog here. Okay, are the battles here real time or turn based? Can you dodge attacks?
It's real time, and you can also dodge by pressing the square button,
Cool.
as such.
And we are playing on PS4, by the
Yes.
way, in case anyone was wondering.
We're currently on the PS4 version of the game.
That's right. What are the main differences between this and the PS3 version?
Well, essentially, this is the Refrain version, so all the DLC that was added to the PS3 version are already included in this game.
Right.
And there are two different modes. There's original mode and Refrain mode. So you can play the game as it was originally released for the PS3 as original mode or Refrain mode, which will actually have all the DLC incorporated in there.
Yeah. And I would say that if it's your first time playing through, I know there are some fans out there who have already, you know, gotten the imported version of PS3 original. And basically, if you've already played through that, you might as well just try Refrain. But, you know, if it's their first time,
Yes.
just do original.
Yeah, I definitely recommend playing the original mode first, since
Okay, let's see more questions. Oh, this is a great one. Do you have to play as the main character, or can you switch characters in combat?
you can actually switch characters in combat, but it has to be the four that are actually in combat once you go into it.
Once you engage with the enemy?
Yeah, so you can bring up the options menu, select party, and you can choose between different characters. So currently I had Yuma, and now I have Kurika as the main leader. So now I'm using her, and you can use her long-range attacks, which is her specialty. Personally, I like to play as Kirika, since she has long-range attacks, so you can attack from far away. And,
The range is super helpful.
yes, definitely. So you don't have to go in and attack the enemy.
And who's our healer in our party?
Currently, it's Rina and also Kirika.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, Kirika does support buffs and heals.
Okay, more questions. Oh, about how long is the game? The campaign. I guess the original campaign.
I would say about 45, 50 hours.
Okay, I think I can answer this one too. Are there benefits to New Game Plus, or I guess Refrain mode? So, there are
Definitely.
there are a ton of benefits. I think I'll just talk a little bit more about the DLC that's included. So, there are a bunch of like costumes, just cosmetic changes that you could put to your characters. There are sexy costumes in there, so that's fun too. Everybody's so gorgeous, so I mean, why not? So yeah, what else, Elwood?
There are actually 2 other playable characters.
Oh, of course,
Yes.
yeah.
And these characters are only available in Refrain mode.
That's Excella and Genus.
Yes.
I think in Japan, Excella was like the most popular character. I can see why. She's
She's a great character.
Yeah.
And I love her design as well.
she's kind of dark and mysterious, and you know, I feel like she's kind of conflicted too, because
Yeah.
she's actually fights for the Empire, who Yuma and his friends are kind of fighting against.
Right.
So she's kind of the antagonist.
Yeah, and at times you don't really know where allegiances lie, so it's kind of interesting where her story leads you into.
Yeah, definitely. And then Genus, let's see, does he antagonize Yuma too? He's kind of challenge. Well, he's a dragon slayer, so.
I would say he's kind of your rival in a way. He has his own agenda, which is kind of mysterious, so you just have to play the game to find out.
Okay, let's see.
So if you notice, we were here at the Claval Crags at the moment, and there's a sandstorm brewing. So over the course of the game, the weather will change, and that'll affect the enemies as well as the items that you can gather. So you can get specific items from gather points during specific weather times.
Very cool. I love that it has the weather effects because it keeps the environments dynamic.
Right.
Oh yes, so there actually will be a demo coming out. I think we just have to check with the production team, just figure out when exactly that's going to be coming out. So please stay tuned for more news about that. Do you think, another question here from Alex, will this game be grind heavy?
There'll definitely be times where you'll have to grind a bit. You can change the difficulty setting. There are 2 difficulty settings, there's casual and normal. So whichever suits you best. But if you do a lot of the side quests and such, you should be within the levels of where you need to be in the game. So I believe we found the Manticore, which is one of the enemies we were supposed to fight for the Gang of 3 side quests. So.
Oh yeah, before we fight him, oops. Okay, we can just run away. Oh no! He's coming!
He's coming!
Okay. Scatter. I was gonna say, like, the different abilities or the elementals. I wanted to get into that a little bit before we engage with him. And then also just show like how we can switch to some of the other
Yeah,
characters
there are
in our
also
party, too.
characters in the reserve that you can switch into.
There's my bae, Sonia.
This is Sonia. I know she's a lot of people's favorite.
Okay, and so Yuma, he's like mostly physical attacks.
He's good physical attacks, and he does wide range attacks, so he can hit multiple enemies with a sword at the same time. Kirika is more your support healer, and she does long range attacks with her bow. Agnum does high damage with physical and magic attacks. He specializes in fire damage.
I have to say, I adore Agnum. I did try one of the night events with Agnum, and I just was like, how can you not love him?
Yeah.
He's like the broest bro.
He's definitely the broiest.
Yeah, he's very, very cool. Oh, and it doesn't hurt that he actually, his harmonic is an electric guitar.
It's an electric guitar.
So he just
yeah,
like...
if you notice, a lot of the characters, well, all the characters have weapons that are symbolized by different musical instruments. So the game has a musical theme going throughout it, so it definitely adds to that whole musical aspect.
Yes.
So let's try and attack this.
Yeah, let's do it.
He's a level 50 enemy, so it might be a little tricky. So Yuma has a special ability where he can transform into the Shining Dragon. So we'll try that now.
Okay, yeah, let's let him have it.
So it goes into his little cutscene.
Ah, it gets me so hype every time.
It's really awesome. So while you're transformed as the Shining Dragon, all MP usage from the other party members are decreased. So essentially, everybody is like at a higher level.
They get a little bit more of a buff with the dragon out on the field.
And he's definitely stronger too. We just have to watch out that his MP doesn't go down to 0 level.
Oh, gotcha.
He'll transform back to Yuma.
Oh, right. It's draining as long as you're.
Yeah, you can see the little meter below.
Oh, thanks for the heals, everyone. Good, good.
Alright, switching back to Yuma really shortly.
Oh yeah, I want to. There's a question from JSD BGZ. Do you have access to DLC costumes in the original mode or in refrain mode? So like the costumes, for example, can you get those in original mode too, or do you have to play in refrain?
Those are available in original mode as well.
Okay, gotcha. Actually, is Segata Sanshiro a playable character? This is from Hyoko Needleworker. You know who Segata is?
I do not. Actually.
Sorry, I don't know who that is either. Will the Western version be uncut? Question from K. Park. Sorry if I butchered that.
Okay. Well, we haven't censored anything in the game, so
Oh yeah, that's
it's as is.
good to know. And then, are the sexy costumes also designed by Tony Taka?
I believe so, yes.
I think the answer is yes. Okay, someone asks a name I can't say, but chicken? Does that mean the waifus can be dragons too?
Only Yuma has the ability to turn into the Shining Dragon.
He's the special one.
Yes.
The chosen one, as it were.
But don't let that stop you from playing as the other characters as well.
Right.
They all have their strengths and weaknesses, so depending on the battle, certain characters would be more suited as your leader.
Okay, cool. So we took down the Manticore.
We took down the Manticore. So we'll bring up the quest log and see what we have got next. So we're supposed to fight Asgrim.
Okay.
So I believe he's in another area. And these enemies get progressively harder, so Asgrim should be much more difficult than the Manticore was. This is Asgrim right here.
Will this be getting a simultaneous release on consoles and PC? So right now, the intention is yes, we're gonna do completely simultaneous. You know, obviously sometimes things change, but we'll keep you guys posted. Right now, we're targeting summer 2018. So we are just keeping on moving, working hard every day. Believe us, it's just an ongoing effort.
So we're going to use a band session.
Oh, yes. I want to watch this. Okay.
So there's this ability where you can team up and perform a song. So it'll help with buffs or debuffs. And depending on the person who's you're currently set as a leader, it'll change the different effects of each song. So currently we're going to use the Aura of the Sun Disc, which increases physical attack damage and prevents stumbling.
I love it.
So there's a meter on the left of the screen, and that's the BMP meter, which indicates how much time we have for the song to be active.
The BMP is short for Battle Performance Mana.
Correct. We managed to poison Asgrim here, so that should help with the fight.
Oh yeah, we're almost out of that BPM. So is Yuma the only one who doesn't play an instrument? He's actually like the conductor.
He's the conductor, I would say. But yeah, his weapon is a musical instrument.
This is a great question from Lady Dragon. Any husbandos in the game?
Well, you can date the male characters in the game as well. Personally, I prefer Agnum.
Agnum is a very fun person to take on a date.
Yeah, he's very entertaining.
Yeah, it's like I feel like they have the most like an easiest. Yuma seems to have the easiest time talking with Agnum.
Yeah,
He's not as
it's
nervous.
interesting, yeah. He's not as naive when he's speaking with the girls.
Yeah.
So we killed Asgrim. Now we have to kill the Flare Dragon, which is the last of the three. This one might be tricky. So if you see here, there's an encampment with 3 NPCs. So basically the item seller and the tuner. And also we've got Alfreda. So she holds the grimoire, and this is where you can go into different dungeons and get items and such. It's just like totally separate from the main scenario of the game. And also you have the event album where you can watch previous scenes in the game.
Oh, cool.
So I'll buy a few items here and stock up.
I do love this character in particular because, you know, I don't know if you can notice, but she kind of has this little bit of a apathetic attitude, like, oh, what do you
Yes.
want? And I switched it to Japanese just to see if it was the same, and she does have that same kind of tone.
Yeah.
So that's a really fun thing, too, about being able to switch between Japanese and English audio whenever you want. You can look out for little things like that.
Yeah, you can compare the two different localizations. Yeah.
Okay, TJ Gamer 10. Will Europe be getting the Draconic Edition? Yes. Yes, they will be. So the physical version, the launch edition, will be for EU as well as in the Americas.
I believe the Flare Dragon is here. And also another high-powered dragon might be here. Yes.
Ooh, good.
We should probably try and avoid this guy because I believe he's level 66. We do not want to get near that one.
Wait, what level are we right now?
We're currently at level 35
Oh, okay.
across the board. Yeah, so things are a little tricky at the moment.
Just a bit tricky.
Just a lot of running around and avoiding enemies. Flare Dragon's at level 49, so it's a little more manageable. And this should be the last of the three. Transform into the dragon here.
And for, can't pronounce, Humongous, we're looking at the PS4 version. Oh,
Yes.
thanks, Lauren. Can you confirm if the Switch version is 1080p and 60 FPS in docked mode? So we're working on some optimizations right now, just trying to keep things. We're just balancing, you know, performance and obviously how it looks. So 1080p is confirmed. We're working on the FPS. Any significant differences between? Oh, sorry, I just read that. Switch versions, other versions. I don't think there's really anything.
The game should essentially be the same on all versions. Let's see here. Well, Despero here died, so. trying
Oh,
to
no.
revive him. Yeah. And that's the cool thing is that you can bring up the menu and use your items, and the game will pause, so you're not being attacked while you're using any of your consumables or anything like that. And the burn effects, which slowly
So even
decreases
though...
my HP. So
Oh, sorry.
I should probably heal that with a water bottle. There we go. Go on.
Oh, I was going to say, so even though we're not at max for our BPM right now, we can still perform a song.
Correct. It'll just drain at a much higher rate since we're only at almost 2.
Oh, okay. It's
So
below
as long
that.
as you have one level, you should be able to summon or perform a band. Let me do that now. Oops. Let's see. Do a different song.
Ooh, can we make Kirika the center?
Yes, let's do that. First, we'll have to go into the menu and switch to Kirika as the party leader.
Okay, cool.
And depending on the party leader, the songs will also change for them. Change the center.
Oh yeah, let's see, how do we do that? Can we just change it in that menu?
I'll just put that in there. So use a different song. So,
It's so sweet.
and you'll see it out. Other party will heal you. So Reno is over here healing you.
Oh, nice.
Do you feel the flare dragon?
That is a beautiful dragon, by the way. Sad we had to take him down.
Yeah. See, that should resolve our request. Let's go notify the client. So we can go back
Oh,
and
okay. Let's turn it in.
turn it in. We can either warp back or run all the way back. So we can use the actual. We can actually use the
Oh, the
Marga stone.
the warping
Yeah, it'll
fast travel.
automatically warp us back to Marga. So I have to walk all the way back. Makes things a little easier.
Okay, I think we have a suggestion here from Jerry MP, who changed it on the band options. Rebecca. Thanks, Rebecca.
Let's see.
Oh yeah, so from what you guys are seeing so far, are there any waifus that are catching your attention, or ones that already look like your favorites? I'm really curious to know what you guys think. And then meanwhile, while you guys get your thoughts together, let's see, where will there
Hashtag
be?
Team Sonia.
Oh, Sonia.
Oh, a lot of Sonia fans.
Oh, right. So developer question really quick. So O2, I think, is on the PC Steam version, and then MediaVision is on the console versions. Will there be any way to change character classes, such as making a magic user a melee fighter? This is from Alex.
All their roles are pretty much defined, so they all learn specific spells and whatnot.
They're kind of in that role.
Yeah.
That's what they. That's
so
what
they
do
have their
best.
defined roles.
What would you say about this game to people who are new to the franchise? Yeah, I could probably take that one. So I would say that probably includes me too. This would be my first Shining game, and I would say it's really easy to get into. You can just jump right in. The environments are really beautiful. The weather effects are really cool. The characters are, like I said earlier, are just so stunning.
Yeah, they're very dynamic characters. They all have different personalities, so
Yeah, I think combat is pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Switching between like whichever character is your dominant and who you're in control of is pretty easy.
yeah,
So,
it's pretty seamless too. So as you can see, we just launch into battle right away.
oh yeah, and can you show us how you do some of your special abilities aside from just the main attack?
Yeah, if you hold the L1 button, it'll bring up the menu. So depending on what force ability you have customized for each button, that'll appear on here. So we can use the Rising Blade by using the spin. If you notice, I did a break, which pretty much lowers the enemy's attack. So they're immobilized in a way, and so you can do higher damage to the enemy.
Nice. So you kind of stun them and then just wail on them.
So here's a little turtle. You can use different abilities here as well.
Oh yeah, and so some of these encounters that you have, you can kind of be an advantageous encounter. So that means you like catch them off guard.
Right. It's a preemptive attack, essentially.
Can you select quests and set a direction so you won't get lost? Is that like a waypoint tracker or something?
It's mainly for the main quest. However, for side quests, you'll have to find them on your own, pretty much. Yeah.
Any chance we get into any cutscenes during the stream? I'd like to hear the characters speak with each other. I live for character interactions in my RPGs. Yeah, I think since you're the pro, where do you think we can see one of those? Or what's the closest one?
We can go to the main quest.
Okay.
But we're pretty far along in the game, so I'm not sure if we want to.
Oh, right. I think what we could do
aspects.
is we can try to pull up another
You can load up a
another
different save earlier on in the game. We'll do that after this battle.
Oh, here's a really nice comment from, let's see. Oh, this is so nice. Jeffrey says, I hate to leave, loving the stream. As a fan, and for anyone wondering, the series is very unique, such as others like Phantasy Star or PSO. Nothing can replicate the feeling they deliver. Also, Melissa, you and Owen, you two were awesome for the stream, very interactive with questions, giving details about the game. Surya must go. Y'all have been awesome. Take it easy. Much
Thank
love.
you.
Thanks so much,
That's very
Jeffrey.
nice of
That's
you.
super nice. Really appreciate that.
We'll load up a different save here.
Okay, here's another good question. Master Harris, is there any censorship, or is it uncensored? There's nothing censored.
There's nothing censored.
It is a teen game, so it
Yes,
was.
it is a teen game, but there's nothing we've omitted from the game from the original, so you don't have to worry about anything like that. Let's see here.
I like how you can see the characters pop up and there's just little
Right.
comments about wherever you are.
Yeah, so occasionally characters will have little conversations on the bottom left of the screen. Also, sometimes they'll have little yes or no questions that you can answer as well.
Okay, so while we're here in town, let's see if we can pull up one of those cutscenes.
Right.
Okay, I'm going to show you guys. By the way, in case you have not seen yet, this is the launch edition that we were talking about a little bit earlier. So we're calling it the Draconic Launch Edition because dragons. And so if you pre-order on PS4, Xbox One, or Switch, you get a collectible metal slipcase. So just so you can see there's the Excella on the front side, and on the back side there's Kirika and Sonia. So it's really beautiful. I love the art so much, and yeah, I think I'm pretty jazzed about it. Okay, so I think now we're loading. Here we are, guys.
I don't think this is voice.
Oh,
though.
just kidding. But here's more of the game. Oh yes, so AZHP is correct. The PC version is going to be digital on Steam only. Jazzed about it, yeah.
So here we're talking with Elfrida, and she's discussing distortions and what they are.
Oh, okay. This will be a learning experience for me too.
So here's a little tutorial. Little tutorials will pop up throughout the game as you do certain things.
Elfrida is a wizard who keeps watch on the distortions in the world. Distortions can bring about many unusual things. The Grimoire can perceive these distortions as dungeons. Conquering a dungeon will correct the distortion. Dissonants await in the deepest part of these dungeons. Defeat these enemies to undo these distortions. I see, so you want us to help you.
So essentially these are side quests that you can do aside from the main quest of the game. To help you, get stronger and get items and stuff.
And for fun.
Yeah, but they're not essential in clearing the game.
Is the dialogue voice acted? So there is English VO acting. There are different parts of the game. Some of the dialogue is just text, but yeah, there's an extreme attention to detail in the English VO that we do have for the localized version. Oh, so in regard to pre-orders, thank you guys for your patience so far. We're still in the process of getting our retailers set up. I think in EU, some of the links will be ready starting early next week. So just keep an eye out. We'll keep posting on social media and just let you guys know when those links are there for you. And as soon as we get those, we'll start adding those to our website. So that's shiningresonance.com.
So we just talked to Rena here. Every day you can go over and talk to her, and she'll give you a flower, which is essentially a material item that you can use for other things in the game.
Is there an option to increase the text speed?
Yes. As soon as I get done with this, we can show that. So you can go to the options menu. You can change this text speed to normal, fast, or instant.
Oh, okay.
So
instant would just pop out
pop
everything.
up instantly, yeah. So you can do that. Let's see the settings. So if we talk to Rena, for example, so you'll see the text just instantly pops up.
Mm-hmm.
And when you talk to your party members throughout the game, sometimes little vignettes like this will pop up. It just adds to the story and backstory of the characters.
Get to know them a little bit better. Cereza, fromage on and off. What does that do?
So fromage, as you know, is the battle navvy, and if you'd like, you can turn him off so he doesn't appear. I know some people may not like hearing him talk.
Yeah,
as the battle goes on.
or sometimes you do want those tips to be, popping up whenever you're trying to get the hang of the game, so he can be really useful. Or otherwise, if you're like, fromage, I already know, I know all of this stuff, and like, please just leave me alone, let me do my thing, then there's that option for you too.
Yeah, so if you don't think any of his information is helpful, you can just turn him off.
Yeah.
Completely ignore him. I prefer to have it on though, because I think he's a really cute character. And penguin.
I know, he's adorable.
I mean, he's a penguin with a conductor's wand.
Yes, he too is a conductor. I do have to admit, I saw the Kotobukiya figure of Rena.
Yeah, I believe she comes with fromage.
She comes
as
with
well.
fromage,
Yes.
and so I had to
It's a very
get
interesting
her.
pose.
It is, but she's beautiful.
It is well made.
Shake what your mama gave you. So yeah, let's see, Rena. Sonia says, it's not weird at all, blah, blah. We can read through some of this since there's no VO here. So
Yeah.
Yuma says, there's someone who cleans the ruin, but why? How do you know this, Sonia?
Yeah, a lot of these scenes are unvoiced, but there are many voice
That
scenes
are
along
voiced,
the game.
yeah.
Particularly the main events that occur throughout the story. So a lot of the side stories are unvoiced.
Rena's kind of like, she's so, would you say Rena's moe?
Oh, a little. She's a little ditzy. And she likes to tease Yuma a lot.
Oh, right.
Likes to flirt with him and just gets him all
Relentlessly
flustered.
flirts with
Yes.
him.
And a lot of it just goes over Yuma's head because he's kind of, naive.
Yeah, he's like a little shy.
He's not
like-
really well knowledgeable in the.
Yeah, he's like,
in the love
these
department,
ladies
so.
coming on to me?
And Yeah, so by watching this vignette, you can get Renus trait Archaeologist.
Oh.
And you can set different traits for the characters. It'll change their battle tactics, basically.
Oh.
And, like, how they perform in battle.
Can you show us that a little bit, or how to change them?
Yeah, if you go into the menu and go into the bond diagram, so you can change different traits.
Ah, okay.
And you see the little icons between each character will change their different affinities.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. And so, like, right now, with, let's say, what is Dragon Soul? So right now we've got, like, Agnum's got that red dot connected to Sonya.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It's kind of like I wouldn't say a negative, but it's kind of like a rivalry. So they won't necessarily meld well together in battle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, friendly rivals, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe they see the world a little bit differently. Aren't they cute, those chibi icons?
Yes, I love these icons. So yeah, you can change the different traits here. Yeah.
They've got the little happy eyes in some of those states.
Yeah. Yeah, so depending on the type, it'll change their icons. Let's continue with the story here. Let's see.
So Ryan's asking, Amazon says September 25th. Is that the official date? It is not. So we are targeting summer. But for now, sometimes retails just have to put a specific date on there just to, set up the page. So please just take those with a grain of salt. And we'll have more news on the official launch date once we get a little bit closer. Any benefits to playing on higher difficulties, such as more experience or higher item drops?
I believe it's just the difficulty. You don't get any...
Just more challenging?
Yeah. It's just that added challenge,
Oh, this question from Kevin. Do you have to have played other Shining games to understand this one?
Definitely not. I know I'm not really familiar with other Shining titles, so this was all new to me as well. But I managed to pick it up really quickly. You don't need any,
Prior knowledge
of other games to play it. It's basically, you can just pick it up and play.
Yeah, I think each...
It's very player-friendly that
right.
way.
Each Shining iteration has like their own set of characters, their own storyline, so you can come into this one completely fresh.
Yeah, it's a solely self-contained story, so you don't have to have knowledge of the other games in order to play it.
So this one about, is it a bit like Final Fantasy? I would say it's kind of like the newer Final Fantasies where you can just kind of run up to enemies.
More action-based, kind of like, I don't know, FF15 or something.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I would also liken it to a Tales game.
Mm-hmm.
Finally doing a training session with Agnan here. It's part of the main story.
Okay, cool.
So we're tasked with defeating this enemy.
So is Agnum basically like, hey, here's how I'm going to make you strong, Yuma, so we got to fight this guy in particular?
Right. Basically, just...
Ooh, resonance. During combat, an ally may trigger an instance of resonance.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but little cut-ins of the characters' portraits will occasionally show up, and this is called the resonance.
A character who resonates will support the player in various ways. The way they support the player will change depending on the bond that is currently set. The stronger a character's bond is, the more likely they are to resonate. So yeah, so that little bond diagram that we saw earlier with the little chibi icons, and depending on whatever settings you have there, will affect how you kind of resonate with the other characters. And there's no true or bad ending in this. I think it's just the linear story.
Linear ending. With added character endings if you choose to have those. Your waifu or husbando.
Yes. whoever you want to be with.
Whoever you want to be with.
Oh, maybe you know a little bit more about this question. So, Yuma's sword looks chipped and cracked. Is there a reason for that?
Not necessarily. It's just,
Is it an antique?
I would, yeah.
It's a bit of an
Yeah.
antique.
It's the
Well,
style
that's-
of the weapon.
That's the other thing too about the other harmonics that they have. So, and also our localization producer is tuned in as well, so he might be able to help answer a little bit more questions about the harmonics. But I think, if I remember the lore correctly, it's like the elves used to have this ancient language to communicate with the dragons, and they would also communicate through music. So basically, I do think that some of these instruments are kind of, they've been around a long time. And these Dragoneers, or like Yuma's friends, like they've kind of basically been chosen to be the next owners or wielders of these weapons. So I think it's really special that they have them. There's not like tons of harmonics floating around through the game. Like these are really special Dragoneers who can possess them and use them.
Yeah, it takes a certain type of character to wield an harmonic, basically. Not just anyone can use them.
Right, yeah, exactly. And yeah, so here's James chiming in. Yuma's sword, it's actually made from the horn of the Shining Dragon. So that's important. So like the Shining Dragon is the dragon that you have within you.
Right, it's the dragon that Yuma transforms into.
That's right. And he can even harness the power of the dragon through that sword.
Right.
Thanks, James, for chiming in. Question from Zloy Deluia. I'm sorry, I butchered that one too. By the way, are there going to be options for Japanese audio? The answer is yes.
Yes.
So we can easily switch that.
Yeah, as we showed before, we can show it again, actually.
Yeah.
You can just bring up the menu.
Yeah, we can switch to Japanese for a little
Switch
bit.
to Japanese. We'll do that for a little while. So you can do it on the fly whenever you want, and it'll save
Saved.
it.
And that's it.
That's
now
it.
we're in
And now
Japanese.
It's in Japanese. So if you hear any battle voices or anything, it should all be in Japanese.
Oh yeah, so earlier when we were seeing, so this is a question from Dreamcast Lover. You know how we saw Sonia kind of chime in about like, oh hey, like this place is so nice or whatever. And correct me, I think you said that there's sometimes when they'll have like a response that you can give to them.
Yes.
So you can actually engage with them in certain conversations.
Right.
Do any of those give you like affection points or kind of a closer affinity with that character?
There is an affinity system in the game, so it helps with the invitations of like dates, basically.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, those will slowly tick depending on your responses to the characters.
Aw, we have a comment from Aussie. He says, Elwood, the real waifu. He the best.
Thank you.
I have to agree. I think the text is only in English, though,
Yes.
the localized version.
Only the audio is in Japanese, but the text is all in English.
Let's fight that guy. Let's fight him. So we can hear the Japanese combat. Oh yeah, so that Agnum popping up on the right, that's hitting some resonance, right?
Yes, that's a resonance. We'll do another battle here. So there you can hear the Japanese as Yuma summoning the Shining Dragon.
Ooh, a little bit of a tutorial on this guy.
Yes.
Shining Dragon can attack with circle and triangle. He also has a dash attack with X and a backstep attack with square. Actions with the Shining Dragon do not consume AP. Also, he strengthens the ability of the Dragoneers in battle with him. Dragoneers will consume less MP when using forces and will be more likely to activate resonances. However, the Shining Dragon MP will gradually deplete over time. You will also be unable to switch with characters or flee from battle. Hold L1 and press R1 to change from the Shining Dragon back to Yuma.
Yes.
If you try to perform an action with MPs too low or fully depleted, the Shining Dragon may go berserk.
Yeah, so you have to watch out for that.
Yes, keep an eye on your meter. The Shining Dragon will attack allies and foes indiscriminately when he's out of control. Use Dragon Shift appropriately, keeping track of your remaining MP. So yeah, with great power comes great responsibility.
Yes.
Band and the Shining Dragon. So performing a band session while in dragon form will trigger special effects of the Shining Dragon in addition to the usual ones. During a band session, the Shining Dragon can break the enemy with attacks other than a break attack. Band sessions can also be used to calm the Shining Dragon when he's out of control. So right, if you go over your time of being the Shining Dragon without going crazy, you gotta like calm him down, like play him some nice soothing tunes and bring him back.
Actually do that.
Are the English unvoiced side events voiced in Japanese?
No. So everything that's voiced in Japanese is voiced in English, and everything that's not voiced is not voiced in English.
She's so beautiful.
Have you noticed Kirika's costume also changes? So certain characters' costumes will change depending on the song you perform, if they're the leader.
Oh yes, so that is a good point. The songs stay in Japanese. So the dialogue, that is English and Japanese, but the audio tracks are still in Japanese.
Yeah, all the songs that are performed in the game will remain in Japanese.
Oh,
There's
Sonia. Are there puzzles and hidden areas in the world?
Not necessarily puzzles, just like gathering points here and there.
Challenges,
Yeah.
enemies.
Nothing too complex.
Are the controls customizable in the console versions at all?
It's pretty much set.
Okay, so standard control scheme. Okay, question from Plastic Rhombus. Would you ever strategically go berserk as Shining Dragon as a last-ditch effort? I don't know. I
don't
feel
know.
like that actually might hurt you more than help you because you can hurt your teammates if you're berserk.
Yeah.
So I'd say,
It's definitely a risk, but I
Yeah.
mean, if you're going all out, you may as well try it as a last resort.
yeah, you never know. Did those vocals kick in because Kirika was centered in the band? Question from Bangpo Viaco. Sorry about the question there. That one might be our last question. We're running a little bit low on time.
Oh, yeah.
I think the vocals, I don't know if they do change, but the visuals change, like her costume changes, and she's like the leader of it. Oh yeah, so if we have like
Switch
4
to
minutes
English.
left. Yes,
There.
thank you for doing that. Okay, so now we're gonna go to the
An actual
cutscene.
cutscene, yes.
Okay, here we go. Everybody ready?
I heard you were calling for me, Father. What is it?
We've just received an urgent message from Captain Lester, the commander of the Elven Knights from Welland. It sounds like he's seeing a lot of Imperial activity in Claval Crags.
You think they're preparing for an attack?
We can't say for certain, but it sounds like another group of Wellentine Knights are locked in a standoff in the mountains to the east. We're worried the Empire might try to catch them in a pincer strike, but the Knights can't risk an immediate maneuver. So, I would have your team move in and strike before the enemy can finish their preparations.
I understand. Where is the enemy based?
The commander will brief you himself. Sir Lester, if you wouldn't mind.
Of course. Allow me.
Yes, here's Leston.
For this operation, I ask that you look to Sir Lester for further instructions. Good luck to you all.
Yes, Father. You can count on me.
By your leave, Your Majesty. Now, our circumstances are as follows.
Weston, my man. Long time no see.
Agno!
Still alive, Sadie.
Jeez, man. Cold as ice. Is that any way to greet an old buddy?
I was not summoned for my proficiency in greetings, Admiral. I am here to conduct a war.
You two are the same as ever, huh? There's something weirdly comforting about it.
Ah, Sonia. You seem likewise unchanged.
Even humans can't change in just a couple months. Oh, but there is something I should mention. We have a new friend with us. Let me introduce you to Yuma. Yuma, this is Leston.
Nice to meet you.
Yuma. So, you're the one. You're the vessel of the Shining Dragon, then. I would speak plainly with you.
He's so
The Shining
formal.
Dragon's
Yes.
power is a double-edged sword. If wielded improperly, you could just as easily destroy the world as save it. Speak. Are you capable of controlling that power?
Oh,
Well, that hardly inspires confidence. Barely an answer at all.
He's got no patience.
Let me make myself clear. If you ever lose control of your power, I will kill you myself.
Dun, dun, dun.
Sent to chill.
You seem surprised. If you pose that much of a threat to your own allies, isn't it natural that you should be eliminated?
Yeah, so this should give you an idea of Leston's
Right.
personality.
Yeah, a little bit
So-
of the conflict there.
Yeah.
So I think that's actually, we're basically out of time now.
Yeah.
So just to say again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. This was a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it too.
Thanks for
and
watching.
Yes, thank you so much for watching. It means a lot. And here's the launch edition again. Pre-orders for the US have already kind of started. There's GameStop, there's Amazon, also the Canadian sites like Amazon Canada, VGP, and there should be more retailers coming soon. So we'll, like I said, we'll keep updating that on the website, shiningresonance.com. So I guess we will see you guys next time. Thanks everyone. Bye.
Goodbye.